Hello, y'all. How y'all doing today? Oh, forgive me. Jesus, I haven't been on here a while, not just for YouTube. And it ain't much I wanted to talk about. Kind of like tense up in here. I had picked me some blackberries today, and I boiled them, then put a cinnamon stick in there, and I boiled them with some sugar, and I put that in a cup, and I just spooned it up. It's real good. And I'm waiting on my daughter now. Oh goodness, start yawning. I'm waiting on my daughter to come home. She gonna bring me some Popeyes. And that's that. But I gonna came in here. Just started taking my makeup off and then look at my hair. Cause I done had it down and it didn't had its last. And so now I'm probably gonna shampoo it. Oh no. But if y'all hadn't looked at the other videos, when I had said that we have a job now, and it's not what we was making as a supervisor on my other job. But the thing about it is, we have to get what's available right now, and because reality is yeah, we trust the Lord and we don't have to go through that. Let me see if I got just trying to make sure I ain't had one of them seeds from the blackberries in my tea. We don't have to go through that speech about trusting the Lord and stuff like that. But reality is, when you start getting older, like I said, 53. Reality is this here. A lot of these here jobs, they want somebody younger on there. Not saying that the younger one is going to do X, Y, Z. And I'm not going to talk down on the young people. I'm not going to do that. But us older ones that don't work with them and stuff, they... And like I said, we just not to scrutinize them or whatever the case is, But a lot of the jobs want the youth. So I guess they feel like they can get a longevity out of them for taking their youth or working them a long time, in which they done took all of it out of us. What they think or whatever, but... And so when you find those jobs that's like that, with that mentality and stuff like that, they soon find out that the younger people don't have the work ethics that the older generation has. And so they find their business going downhill and they losing this here and losing that, and soon they end up going out of business or just really suffering in their business and stuff, because they want to get rid of the older people and flood the line, with younger ones. And I guess they feel like that they can got more years out of them or whatever they think is. So the bottom line is, when you start getting to a certain age, the companies and stuff, they start looking at your age, in which they say they don't suppose discriminate, but they put your application at the bottom of the list. It's just facts. And like I said, us believers and stuff, we try to believe that, when the Lord is on our side, that we kind of exempt from a whole lot of stuff and they don't apply to us. But we're in the same boat. We in the same boat. And but the thing about it is, being a believer, you know that he'll take a little and turn into a whole lot. So the moral of what I'm saying is, we have a job now, and it's probably a quarter, not a quarter, way less than a quarter% of what I was making. It probably was, if it's $100, I'm probably making maybe $2 for its percentage wise from where I came from. But this is my philosophy. I just thank God that only thing that I have is my car note. Like I say, everything that I have is paid for. My home paid for. My other building is paid for. Everything that I have for is appliances and everything. And like I said, we're not in need of anything except because we stocked up on all of the things that we need and we want it. So we good for a few years out in that area and stuff. But so I don't know much what else to say. So I went in my email and I accepted my acceptance letter, and they let me know what my pay would be and stuff like that. And so so that's where we at. That's where we are. And it's part-time. It's part-time, but at first I was like, Lord, it's gonna be rough for me, because when you done had filet mignon, when you done been up the ladder and stuff, it's hard to try to accept anything on the table. And a lot of time you don't procrastinate, but you kind of like, well, I'm not gonna, I can't do that, because you know your worth, your value. You already knew that, but then when that kind of you start climbing the ladder, and it is kind of like meeting you with your ability, and so you like, I'm finally getting what half of what I'm worth. And so when you experience that, I mean, it's just hard to accept something else. But I have to always remember the speech that I give to my children, that some money is better than no money. And we just have to go with the flow. And like I said, it's just a blessing that the only thing that's over my head right now is my car note that I have to, see about. And this here job, But you have the opportunity. I have the opportunity if somebody want to get off early, or somebody call in or something like that, I can pick up some more hours here or there. And it probably depend on how business pick up and stuff like that. But right now we're gonna accept what's on the table. So sometimes you get through the door and you never know where it's gonna carry you. And then not only that, sometimes the Lord will be testing. Not saying this situation, but sometimes He'll test you and see if you willing to accept this here, and put your pride aside and stuff like this here, and it could be something that's greater, and so we just gonna see. And I'm not all that happy and joy, cause like I said, it's like a little tense. I kind of massaged my forehead earlier, a few minutes ago. I wonder what those dogs out there barking for, and I can't just really look at the camera because I'm recording on my phone. And so that's what we got going and stuff, And hope all was well with y'all, and hopefully that You all are not experiencing unemployment or loss or decrease in your home, but if you are or have, I would just advise you to stock up on certain things. Like I said, you don't have to go all out of the way like I did and stuff, but do anywhere from 3 to 6 months of household food and try to have that same amount of whatever your bills is. Try to at least have 3 to 6 months set aside of bills. For instance, if you done add up all your bills from your vehicle and whatever, if it's a husband and wife, or uh, I wouldn't know how you explain it to you, but y'all calculate. But I'm gonna say it's a single person. If you got your hopefully mortgage and or your rent, and you got a car note, car insurance, and your utilities, if all of that add up to maybe $1,200 a month, try to time that times 6 and put it to the side. Of course, that's just that, but you know that you got and time up. How if you have to fill your car up once a week, time that time 4, then time that 4 time 3 months or 6 months. Put that aside. And all this is stuff you're not gonna touch. And then, like I said, go to your household and stuff. And really, you hold on. I'm back. That was my daughter bringing me some Popeyes. Did y'all see how the box looks now? Luffy bento box. So that's what that was. What she got in this here bag? I tell you, I just thank God for my kids. They feed me. Cause I had told y'all I don't cook, and let's catch up. I had asked for hot sauce. Probably don't need the hot sauce. It probably increase the headache. So I'm gonna eat this here while I'm talking to y'all, cause I'm hungry. And so this is the thing. Prepare. Because if I hadn't prepared, I probably would have been in a bad fix, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had ate that leg, a few spoons of that red beans and rice. I got 3 pieces of breast, a leg, and a thigh, and some red beans. So I'm gonna say that I just ate the leg. Cause my greedy tail, baby, will eat all of that. Feel bad. And then now on top of that, be like, what I'm gonna eat tomorrow? So, got to get some control some kind of way. So, back to what I was saying. Just prepare. And if nothing happens, just look at it like you got a jump start on stuff. Because I'm telling you, if I hadn't just did what was put in my spirit to do, I would have been in a bad fix, lost everything. But like I said, not to go back and drag it along. But like I said, when COVID came, that right there put me in a state of mind of survival mode, and so yeah. But it's been a blessing. Sometimes life will throw you curves. You're gonna have your life might be fluctuating in mishaps and different things and stuff, But I can truly say this here: no matter what my income have been, being unemployed on both times, I never lost anything. Never lost anything. The first time I gained from losing, and this go around, I didn't lose anything, and I gained some more different things for us, like time for us, being there for my family in that aspect. But the first time, I gained land, buildings, stocking up on stuff, gain more money. But from that loss, but this here time, I can say I never lost anything. And like I said, I have gained opportunity to be there for my family in different ways. And yeah. So despite or whatever go on, like I said, sometimes you don't be exempt. Because we still in the pot together on this here earth. And so sometimes you don't be exempt. And so, but we have in our mind, as believers, that we gonna be exempt for certain things. But no, sometimes you don't be exempt. But the difference is that how can I put it, that your outcome might not be the same. So you might have another person experience the same thing, but as a believer, and what you experience is going to be different from what they experience. And if you be obedient in it, it's going to be way greater than the one that don't, because like I said, we in the same pot here. And somebody need to say that, because the world have taught us that we gonna be exempt from different things, but no. From my experiences and stuff, y'all, we're not gonna be exempt. Much as we want to believe that and have faith, we are not going to be exempt from a lot of things. We're going to have to experience a lot of things along with others. And that's just the ugly truth. It's just facts. And for that to come out of my mouth, because I'm like, much as I love the Lord and I know He on my side and stuff, this here ain't going to touch me. So sometimes you have to experience that. So I'm a type of person is I analyze, I study, I evaluate situations and circumstances and study patterns and habits and stuff. I do that. And so what I have learned, that we're not going to be exempt. We're not going to be exempt. For the longest, you just believe that you are because of what's in you. But the only difference is the outcome of it. And like I said, I haven't lost nothing. Haven't lost anything. And so, and that's something to just be jumping up and down and shouting out about. And I have done that, but right now, like I said, you know, I'm just not down, but like I said, um, just, uh, I don't know. I don't have no sinus or allergies and stuff like that, but, um, um, my forehead was kind of like just tense and then tense and tender. It's like right in there, and so it ain't hurting, but it's just like you can just feel the tense and stuff, And like I said, we got to do something to our hair. Even I don't know, but because like I said, my hair the third day, in which was the third day, it did start getting oily, and so this has been, I don't know. So Thursday made a week. So it's Saturday now. So, but the third day, we was getting oily, and when I started getting oily, my hair started getting stiff, and from the stiffness, it comes shedding and breakage with me. Cause like I say, you can't. What's for one don't work for all. It ain't no one pill. Ain't no universal pill. So, you just got to know your own hair texture and study your own patterns over time and stuff. Like I said, I noticed that if my hair started getting oily, it started getting stiff, and then from stiff, it become breakage. And that's why I don't do oil sheens and all that kind of stuff. And I know people want their hair to be shiny and glossy and all. I don't like that. I don't like that because I know what they come with. Cause my hair is naturally oily. And that goes the same thing with some of the YouTubers now. It's a popular thing with you want your makeup to be dewy, like a face shiny or glossy. I don't like that. I still like the matte because guess what? Like I had told y'all, give me about 3 hours. We're going to be dewy naturally. So, no. It's certain trains, baby. I just don't, I just let it pass on by. When the train stop, I don't get on that. I don't get on board with them. I'm just keeping it real. It's certain trends and stuff. I don't get on. I don't let that train go on down that way. And but yeah, and then I was talking about the witch hazel. My daughter got that purple one, and I'm gonna get me the purple. And I stock up on stuff. Like I said, you. Any and everything that I need, I have. Even stocked up on lashes, but this is my last lash right there. But anything that you would need for is even personal, cosmetic, anything, I stocked up on it, all of that kind of stuff. And so, like I said, we good. We thank God for it. And I know if I could do it. Like I'm looking at my hair just right here because I know I need what I need to do. What I need to do. And which your hair supposed to shed anywhere between up to. So from 1 to 100 strands, up to 100 strands a day, up to. And so, but we just gonna, cause we just, even though it's like this here, we still gonna wrap it around. We still gonna wrap it around. It surely is. Up under that scar, And then tomorrow, the Lord's will, if I go somewhere or something, I have to take it down, I can put it in a ponytail. But with my job and stuff, I'm gonna have to make sure I stay on top of my hair. Cause we'll have that headscarf on, baby. And baby, that hair just be matted up under there. So now we gonna have to make sure we stay on top of our hair. On top of that. And so we won't have no issues. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this here face off. I didn't use my Estee Lauder today because I went somewhere. I used the old, what I used to use, that Black Radiance, which you can get it from Walmart and the dollar store. I had that on today. And I think that's more of a water base. But that Estee Lauder, it do what it said it gonna do. And baby, you scrub for and I just didn't feel like doing all that today. I just didn't feel like it today. I just didn't want to go through it. So I'm just gonna use this here Abilene. I went out there and see I got these here. I got packs of these here things. I think it's 2 more in here. But I got packs of them. But it comes with 3 of them in there, and I had got these here years ago. I know, when COVID first started, I got packs of them. And but I had went and got it because when I put this here Kiehl's on my face, instead of me digging, I can use those applicators, those like spatulas, whatever the miniature things. I can use that, and it'll just be different and make you feel better instead of just digging down off in there and stuff. So anyway, I got this here Abilene, and so we're gonna apply that. And like I said, Abilene, it melts the stuff off. Maybe I should have just put it on there and used my hand, but and so in dealing with this here job, like I said, we're not gonna be exempt. And I had a dream when I was in Florida about this here particular job. And so the Lord will be dealing with you with dreams. He with me. I don't know about you, but he'll deal with me with dreams and stuff. And so when I had that dream, I could have had that because it's his job. I ain't gonna say it's worldwide, but it's in different states and stuff. And then they had this one particular one in Florida, a few of them. And so the Lord could have been giving me that I could have worked there on that particular job, or like I said, it's here in a state that where I'm at. And so the Lord would just let me know that that's where I need to be, or that's where he was gonna place me, one of the two. And so we went and pursued it, and it fell through. And so we just waiting for them to call us in and put us on their schedule and whatnot, or And so we thankful for that. Sometimes you be like, I don't want this kind of job. I don't want that kind of job. Especially when you start getting up in the age and stuff, And it's just reality. And not only that, it's reality. God know our concerns, and in how we feel about certain things and how things affect us and stuff, And, you know, and I'm telling the Lord I need a job and stuff, and so He'll give us what we asking for, and then and because I'm gonna say this here, to say this here. Sometime when you have a job, you want a break, and when you want a break, you want a job. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know what to ask the Lord for. Well, let's win the lottery, or touch these millionaires and billionaires, touch them, and or something. So I don't know what to ask for besides work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being honest. And if you know what to ask for you to make it, uh, if you done been there and done that, and let me know. Let me know, because like I said, reality is, if you got a car note or house note or something, you gonna have to do something. Something gonna happen, you know. Like I said, my kids have been there for me, but like I got families and bills and all this here kind of stuff. So y'all let me know. Let me know, baby, because all I knew was the Lord bless me with an income. And yeah, I desired to have the income I had before. Like I said, I can't risk it to turn it down. And that wouldn't be fair to my kids. I turned down work and then got to have my hands out. So if it take a month to pay my car note, that's what I have to do. Where it took just a portion of a check, where I could have paid, could pay maybe 4.5 car notes with one check. And if it take a whole month to save to pay that, then that's what I have to do, y'all. That's what I have to do. And being single, like I said, we don't have no undercover Mr. Charlie. We don't have that. And we don't want that. But if I had that and wasn't worried about how I live, we would be retired. Baby, just keep it real. If we weren't concerned about how we live and we were still in mess, baby, we wouldn't be worried about no job. Well, not me. I wouldn't be. Oh, yeah. Baby, I wouldn't. If I had, I would be worried about no job. No, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. I'm gonna put a little bit more of that Abilene now. So, but it's a choice. And I was like, Lord, hear him do something here. Even though I wasn't gonna resort to that, I don't know what was gonna happen. Probably gonna be boo-hooing and snotting and everything, and probably gonna be trying to sell this and sell that, because we wasn't thinking about trying to get no doggone man. Like I said, we were just gonna be selling some stuff, downsizing, and all that kind of stuff. You know, y'all better start keeping it real. I don't know. If not keeping it real makes you happy and you sleep better at night by denying and don't want to face reality, then kudos to you. But this one right here, baby, I just don't know no other way but to do. Keep it just keep it real. I don't know no other way. Either I can keep it real to myself or tell the real to somebody else. I don't know nothing now. I don't know nothing else. See, I had went over there and still got that. I'm telling you. It'll be. That's why I'm trying to clean my face up, because, baby, it's time where you don't even want to wear no doggone makeup. But, you know, you can scrub and you don't know what that's doing to your face, damaging, pulling and tugging and all that kind of stuff. Like I say, Apple ain't get down to the nitty gritty. But look at that. Look at that. And then I'm going to go in with that witch hazel. And I got some of this here micellar water. I got some of that too, sitting right here. Yeah. So that's that. You go through some stuff. I'm using these baby wipes here because I don't want to. I think I got maybe about 2 more packs. I know one for sure. These here pads right here. How many come in there? 50. I think I got maybe. I know for sure one more left. We just went and got that a week and a half ago. That's why I went and got them baby wipes, baby. So I went in, I got that micellar water right there. We're gonna see what that do before we go in with that witch hazel. I'm the type of person that gonna show you alternative. And we can keep doing everything just like everybody else. We can do all of that, but no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, and I ain't gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do something I don't want to do. I'm just not gonna do it. So if that causes me not to have subscribers, baby, oh well. I tell you what, my kids, I have something. If I leave this world, they can go back and look at me. And they think about me. I can go on here, YouTube and stuff, and say they can always see their mama. So that's how we thinking right now. Just how we thinking. And let's see me telling the truth. So now we finna go in with this here witch hazel. Yeah, like I said, I'm just keeping it real. Like I said, anything these other YouTubers do, I can do it too. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not, No, that's a different, baby. Is that rain? It looked like it was gonna rain a while ago. That's one thing about this here. Well, we can't talk about what we would have done and all that kind of stuff, but and just dwell on it. But my next step after I got through doing the inside, I was gonna start on that outside, meaning that cause baby, when it rain, if I don't park my car at the end of the driveway down there, I'm gonna be slipping and sliding because this here is like mud, and so. But it is what it is. Now, if I know that I had to show up, do something, I won't go move my cop up. By me not knowing, I ain't got to go nowhere. So I'll be okay, and I'm knowing that it probably ain't gonna rain no 2 days in a row. But that purple one, witch hazel, and it's saying I thought all of them was the same in a way. I just thought it. That they did the same thing, but I know that they was different. Say for instance, different flavors. Just for an example, you know. But I just didn't know they had this different thing. Like that purple one, it say take off makeup, pour deep, all cleaners and all that kind of stuff. When I tell you, it is bad. And it say 100%, but it's the Dickens. But this one right here is hydrating toner and with rose water. And I had the yellow one. I don't remember what the yellow one did. I just emptied that bottle. But I had never had the purple one. And that purple one is a bad mamma jamma. And I knew, like I said, picking in my face, just picking. And like I said, I know that witch hazel will clear you up, and that ambi. But back in the days, I used to use this here stuff, but you had to get it from the drugstore. We call Esoterica. And so now you got to kind of order that. That stuff was real good. And but you got to use it just about like this here ambi. And see, we down to the nitty gritty. And once we start working, we can order. So I'm gonna go in the store and get it. And but it works. And it's the first time I done seen this one. It was different than just a regular one. Cause that one say advanced, and that the other one don't have that blue on there where it say stubborn dark marks. It was just a regular, and that's kind of like greaser right there. But I'm gonna see if it'll turn into something. Yeah, you just got to keep it real. Like I said, I can come out, keep it real to myself, or keep it real with y'all. See, like I got that off the top of there, trying to use it. Somebody else, they'll hide doing it and do the same thing. I want you to think one way. No, it is what it is. And I think that's a benefit. Don't y'all think we earned the right to do this here? Do what we want to do? Especially the ladies of a certain age. We earned the right to do what we want to do. Because we done been doing what other people want us to do for so long. So, baby, we earned the right to let it all hang out. Yeah, the ones in their 40s and 30s, when they get in their 50s and 60s and stuff, they'll see. Because I'm quite sure y'all ladies that's in y'all 60s, y'all been there and done that what we done been in the 50s. And, but baby, I feel like I earned the right to look ugly. I earned the right to do this, whatever. And like I said, it's enough cute people and uh, that we can watch. There's enough people that we can watch them going on trips. There's enough people that go exercise. We can, yeah, but it ain't too many people that gonna get on here and tell the truth or keep it real. And so you know what a channel mean? You know, like if you are a soothsayer or what it is, I can just kind of say it like you got a crystal ball and you channel people in, channel that energy in, you channel you channel the spirits in. That's what the channel is. So whatever you interested in or whatever you like or want to become or you can relate to, you gonna channel, you gonna be on that channel. So people, if people don't like me, then they don't channel the truth. They don't channel the keeping it real. They don't channel this here, because this here is real life stuff. But even though I took that off, but baby, it's so tempting to put on a little blush. I'm looking at that. Baby, I just got, and I took that makeup off, but baby, it just that blush. That blush just, baby. That blush, baby. It's just something. Maybe that a little bit too much, but baby, that blush just have you just like, I don't know what it do, but it do. It just, it do what it do. Yeah, I love it. I'm feeling in love with it. Yeah, so you channel in what you are. So if nobody turning the channel and channeling me in to view, then that's not what they own. That's not what they own. And I want y'all to look at that or see that. What's gonna come to your timeline is what's you interested in. And so we know how the world is, and it ain't a big old percentage of us that won't tell the truth, want the truth, and live the truth. We already know that. And so we don't judge. That's one thing about us. That's another benefits right there. We get to a certain age, baby, we be like, you got to keep on living. We don't be trying to shame people. No. Because if you have a mental problem, you know what you need to do. You know right from wrong. So if you get to a certain age, baby, you be like, keep on living. Keep on living. Because we know. Baby. I know. I thought I was exempt. Baby, I was so beautiful. I thought I was going. I was so fine and wine. I just thought it was just going to stick with me. I thought it was so deep on me. I thought, baby, it was going to be here forever. I never thought I was going to get no gray hair. I don't know what I thought I was going to be doing on the inside to be telling my cells and my membranes to not produce that. I don't know. But that was just my thinking. Sure did. So, baby. And then ain't no wrong with putting on the lip gloss right here. But there's some bad stuff. I ain't lying. I promise you, I wish y'all ladies, y'all can get a hold to it. I promise you. You'll send me a card you'll send me a thank you card. And I'm gonna telling y'all about this here, cause baby, if you get it, I'm telling it got to be bad for me, like, cause I'm a critic of everything. I'm a critic of just life. I'm a critic of food. I'm a critic of everything. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like my kid, they cook certain things. I don't spare they feeling. I tell her, I said that tastes like dirt. I'm telling you, you got to tell the truth. Because guess what? If I don't tell them the truth that tastes like dirt, they're going to cook it again. They're going to cook it again. Mm-hmm. So, baby, why not? Just tell them kids that, and they can put a new ingredient in there or do something. Spend a little more time with it. But this here, and you see how it's just showing like that, like a iridescent. And this here is chocolate. It's a fetish at the top, and it's a lip portion. And you see how that look? And I got 3. She gave me 3 of them. And then it's a chocolate swirl. Chocolate swirl. And like I said, you can get that off of eBay. Chocolate swirl. I got this Android. I ain't never had an iPhone, so I know if y'all have an Android, you can hit that brown thing at the bottom and hold it a little bit, and because at the bottom you got 3 lines in a circle and like a upside like pyramid. You hit that that circle and hold it. If it's something that you want to, just for instance, like you can pause right now. You can pause, and if you want to know what kind of towel that is, if it was up close or whatever, if it was any item up in here, you pause it, you hit that circle at that bottom, and where you hold it, and then there's gonna be some more icons come up, and all you got to do is just circle that item, and then they're gonna pop up where you can find it in and what the name, brand, and everything. So like I said, this here is that, and I promise y'all, and I think it's cheap. It's cheap. And then it's twist off. It twist off. Let's see, some of them went into that, and it tastes like chocolate. It's not like a overpowering. I don't know if y'all can remember Avon back in the days when they had the chocolate. Because baby, Avon chapstick was bad. I used to like the grape. My mom used to sell Avon. I used to like the grape. That was my favorite one, lip chap with the Avon. But they had chocolate. And it tastes like that if it happened to get in your mouth. And but I tell you, I'm telling you, y'all would try, because guess what? If you're using Victoria's Secret, they turn to garbage, watered down. Anywhere from the end of last year up until now, trash. And don't stay on. You'll see, it ain't thick or none of that. You'll be better off going to the hair store, get some lip gloss. And but this here is it just make you feel good, and your lips just, like I said, this here ain't doing no justice. But baby, other words, what I'm just telling you, baby, if a man see your lips, he gonna he gonna be just looking at your lips. I promise you. That's if I'm just saying, 'cause we ain't trying to get no attention, none of that. But the stuff is that bad that it mm-mm, mm-mm. And like I said, I could have put on some of that on Kales. Cause it have your face plump. It just like a baby this year. And y'all probably know about this here, but it's somebody. I always remember everybody ain't up on game. Everybody ain't there. So sometimes, new news is new to somebody else. What you think they should know. So we got to always kind of consider somebody else and stuff, because everybody ain't on that timeline. And baby, when I first seen I had got a hold to this here, how I learned about it is, I don't know which one of my kids had some years, maybe 2018 or 19 or something like that. And it was in a room and I had got it. It was a little bit in there and I put it on my face. And I fell in love with it. But this is my first time ever purchasing, because I looked at that price and it wasn't so much of the price, it was the size. So you gonna pay, and it just seems like it's started rising now with the tariffs and all that kind of stuff. But you gonna pay about $50, but for me to buy it lasts. It lasts. This here lasts about 6 months for real. And I'm heavy handed. I heavy handed on top of heavy handed. And so, because it goes all you need. Where is that thing at? I wiped it off. Even though I wiped it off. You don't want to mix stuff. And so even just like around there, I can just go around just around them edge right there and get a little bit just around there, and it'll be enough to do my whole face. I promise you. And for some reason, I'm gonna tell you this here. And when you put this here on, it heats your face up. I don't know what that means, but it heats your face up. It's make you warm. Your face warm. I don't know. What? I'm gonna have to think about what that means. Oh, why? When I clean my face, I'm gonna tell you what. Like right up under my nose, it be like a little dry thing. So I have to always make sure that I put a little lotion. And if I don't have lotion, keeping it real. A little lip gloss, I do. Right there. Just telling you the truth. Just telling you the truth. I'm gonna make it do what it do. Every time. Every time. And all the time. But yeah. So it is what it is. Even though, like I said, the spots is from me just picking and stuff. But I still feel cute. I feel cute. I couldn't have said that a few months ago. Cause baby, you know how you look in the mirror, be like that becomes her when Meryl Streep looked in that mirror when she seen herself. Baby, that's how a few months ago I was like, I ain't wanna look in no mirror. Hide the mirror. And so, but yeah, that's just it. And so I just feel good. I mean, cheeks are chicken. How they be saying, lips are lipping, face is cleaning. And but that was just to let human, But it's a blessing for us to get this here age. And I'm gonna tell you, like I said, you just keep it real. Cause somebody could relate to you keeping it real. And like I said, I just thought my beauty and my body wasn't gonna go nowhere. I thought it was gonna stick with me. And I'm gonna tell you how beautiful I used to be. My stepdad used to be like, that girl wake up in the mirror and go to bed in the mirror. That girl take 3 and 4 baths a day. What else? And then I'm gonna tell you the truth, y'all. I used to be like, I didn't want to live past 30 or 35. I didn't, cause I was like, I I didn't want my beauty and my body to leave me, and I was like, that's how my mind was. I was just so beautiful and so fine and stuff, to the point I just like, I'd rather die if I didn't have it. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing too. You think that your beauty and your body, man, them no good sap suckers. They ain't gonna they gonna treat you just like somebody else. So you your beauty and your body don't exempt you from a no good sap sucker. And then I'm telling you, someone be like, be amazed when they do get you. And and then I had one to tell me that was like it was too good to be true. And he said he cheated before I was gonna cheat. Cause like I said, but each day, not just trying to make somebody else feel like less than if they didn't have this or have that. I'm just telling my story to let you know, you young girls and stuff, know that if you don't work on it, it's gonna go away. You can think all you want to. You can think it must have wasn't in my genes to stay, cause I had it, but it went away. I don't know, so I don't know what to tell you with that, why it went. But I can tell you how it went, cause I just let it go and didn't work on it. And baby, it's best to keep it than to lose and try to get it back. Keep it. Keep it long as you can and stuff. And then I ain't finna talk about that right now, but maybe another time. But sometimes you want to be talk about certain things, but I have learned this here. I'll be out of order. I'll be out of order with my creative if I just start talking about this and talking about that. I will, So if for example, if I just want to start getting on somebody to have a conversation about people that go to the clubs and stuff like that, just to be chitter chatting and stuff. If that ain't what he give me to say or talk about, I ain't finna get out of order. No. And so, like I said, that not that what I just said for the example, but the other thing, what I was just thinking in my mind that I was gonna just bust out talking about. We gonna let that alone. We'll let that alone. Cause sometimes somebody else will bring that out. And but yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey. But I'm gonna tell you this here. What I do love about getting old, it's a few things. What I do love about getting older is so many things. But it feel good to become more of a lady. It's a difference between a female, a woman, and a lady. And to become it's the older you get, it's like you becoming more of a lady with class, and it's a whole, it's like a aura, and I love it. And then um and what else? Just so I could just smile and talk about. Like I said, you on your own terms. You don't have to follow the crowd. You don't have to blend in. You don't have to lower yourself or drop down and stuff. You be like, you just comfortable in your own skin. You just comfortable in your own skin, and it's just like, it's just a wonderful. It's a see this, like I said, this here eyelash on the last thing right there, and I cleaned them today, and that one just all regular and stuff. But it's all good. Like I said, we keep it real. It's all good in the neighborhood, and but it's and then when you younger, you kind of look down back then on older women and stuff, and you be like, well, they just throw it away or something. It's over with for them. But I'm telling you, when you start to mature and get to here, you just be like, this is where it's at. This is where it's at. That's why the women be just sitting back and humble and just so peaceful and don't have to cut up and all that kind of stuff. And they just be looking at you like, could they be like, one day, one day, one day. It's just like they be holding secrets that they know, and they be like, I know something you don't know. That's how they used to be like carrying and stuff. But and then when you get there and stuff, it's just a wonderful thing, ladies. It's just a wonderful thing. And then it's a blessing to be able to get to live to that age. And then if you all done seen your children got grown, and then to see your children have children, that's a blessing. That's a blessing on top of a blessing. And to see that they scribing through life, and they may not all be doctors and lawyers and stuff. And I was telling my kids, one of them or something, and I told them, I say, y'all might have didn't, a few of them went to college, 3 of them out of the 5. And I said, y'all may have not became doctors and lawyers and all of that kind of stuff, but I feel like y'all the best kids for me. And what I'm saying is this here. My kids are so loving. They are so giving. They are so compassionate. And I know if I laid this here earth, and my grandkids the same way, they so loving, they so, I thank God that He allowed me to see that in not just my children, but my grandchildren too. Because like I said, they might not have all of those titles, what I'm just saying and stuff, but my kids are the best kids for me. Because they hold some qualities that I know that money can't buy. And I know what's in them, the giving, the loving, the generous, considerate. I know all of those things right there is going to get them everything in life. It's greatness gonna follow. And so if I leave this earth today, I know one thing for sure, that they got it. They got that sauce. They got the sauce. And then it's in my grandkids. And yeah, I'm not talking about their flaws and all of that stuff, but what they have on the inside is greater than what any money could buy. And so, with that being said, I'm just thankful for the children that I have, because each one of them have a different part of me. And some may have two or three. Each one of them have a part of me. And I'm just so thankful for my children. I am. I'm happy for my children. And then, like I said, even if I get on here and I don't get monetized and Zoom on and however the other ones is and stuff, the other creators, but for my children to look back up on this here, if I'm no longer, where they can see me, that they can look on here and just see my face. They can just see me just talking. They can hear my voice, because you know your phone might act up or they may lose pictures and stuff, but this here internet ain't going nowhere. And so I may get on here. I don't know if it got private things and stuff that they can see that nobody else could see, like maybe a gallery or something. Maybe they'll create it if they don't have it. And like a private gallery, like on other social media, just only you. So I don't know if this here has that or not, but and if so, I would get on here and talk to each one of them about certain things and stuff, and they can always, if they need advice, they can always come to it and stuff, or remind us on just how to be who you are and to treat people the way God intended, and then if people make it hard for you to do that, then you just got to keep from you and your spirit getting messed up. You just got to shuffle them around. Sometimes you don't have to move people out of your life. But where they was, number one, shuffle them down, shuffle them around. Put them on number 10. Put them on number 5 on your priority list. So it's not always meaning that you have to take people off the list. You may have to shuffle them up, shuffle them around and stuff, because you might have to go back, and so that's just a little chitter chat. And then another great thing about it is, it should, and we know, ladies, it doesn't, but with age, it's just like wine. I mean, just the wisdom, the knowledge, it just seemed like it enhances itself. It's just like you're a walking jewel. Cause you done been there, you done that, you done experienced all these here different things. And so those are experiences that have turned to pearls and rubies and sapphires and all of that. And that's something that you possess. And I know the world have gotten some of you older women to the point where you be feeling like it's no hope for the next generation and stuff. But I encourage you, don't give up on us. You want ladies that's in your 70s and 60s, don't give up on us that's in our 50s. And I encourage the women that's in our 50s not to give up on the women that's in their 40s and 30s. Because we're coming. We're going to get there. The one that's supposed to get there. So don't let life close you up to the point where you don't say anything, or you feel like that nobody's going to listen, or they just hard head, or and you categorize everybody and you stereotype everybody because they not up to where you are. There's always hope, and hope what we live for. And so, and I understand you, but when you done marinated and got older and stuff, you're wise, so you know that the ones that you don't throw your pearls amongst the swine. You know the difference between it just telling somebody something and just spinning the wheel. You know the difference. That's what becoming a lady does. You can different can tell the difference on ones that gonna listen and not listen, or the ones that you sow the seeds in and stuff, and so we can't give up hope or just throw people to the curb and stuff, because our creator didn't do us that way. And so I always have hope and stuff. And then, like I said, we once were foolish and made bad choices and bad decisions, and sometimes if we don't continue, we fall short and fall in ruts and stuff, even at a certain age and stuff. And sometimes it's not bad things that we do that causes things to come up on us. Sometimes you can be doing something good that you think, and it causes setbacks for you. For example, if the Lord be telling you to let your children go, and we know mothers, it's hard to do that, and God be telling you to let them go, give it to him, give them back. And then, so what I'm saying, sometimes it's not always bad things that we do that causes pain and suffering and destruction on us. So we still make mistakes, and we still have hangups in life, no matter what age you are and stuff. You're gonna learn something new every day. You're gonna see something new every day. And you grow every day. Even when you dead, your hair gonna still be growing. And so, we hold the key. They the future, but we hold the key. And so we can't give up hope. We got to always tell the truth. You didn't go through what you went through just for you, and to keep all of that on the inside. It's somebody, a young lady in your neighborhood that you can help, because it's somebody that inspired us. If you really think about it, it's somebody that inspired you to want or to be who you are. Yeah, if you really think about it, it could be somebody that's young, that's coming up, that is scribing and just need hope. And what you went through is the hope. Those are the jewels. Those are those pearls and stuff that's in this earth. You done been purified. You've been you the truth. You the truth. And if nobody hadn't told you, you the truth. But don't forget to tell the truth. Tell the story how you got there. Tell the story. Don't let it become bitter and stuff. And I think the more love and kindness and the more truth that you become and stuff, it just beautifies you. It smooths you out. It does that. And if not, I'm not knocking you or whatever the case is, but try to do something different, and the outcomes are gonna be different for you. Time is slow. It's going fast, but it'll slow down for us older women. And if you think about it, back in the days and stuff, well, when our grandparents growing up, I was born in the 70s, 73. When I used to look at my grandparents and stuff, I thought they were old. Because they was limped over, humping the back, limped over, grunting, limp, and all that kind of stuff. But we upright. We're upright. See, time to slow down for us. Slowed our aging. And I really do believe the more greatness that's on the inside of you reflect on the outside. It just have benefits. It's like vitamins for you. It's just like it preserves you. It's just like you give this here in life, and then it gives you something back. That's just me now. That's just me. And so I'm not saying that's biblical or that's facts or something that I read. I'm just saying that's just me. You could try it, and if you reap the benefits of, then you know that it's true. And so, but anyway, I'm looking at them red beans over there. I really am. I know. I'm gonna leave the chicken alone. I'm gonna try to leave the chicken alone, but I'm gonna eat them red beans. Sure live. I ain't gonna even lie about it. And the biscuit too. And so, it is what it is. It is what it is. Baby, at this here point, we working on the body still, but at this here point, baby, somebody come along, they're going to accept it all. It is what it is, baby. Hey, it is what it is. So, it ain't what it ain't. And so, but, to be a virtuous woman, like I said, ladies, we may not have the money, or we may have not reconstructed our body how the world doing now. But what we have, money can't buy. You can't get on the table and get this here. You can't get on the table and get this. You can't get on this. Nobody can give you this here what we have. I'm telling, this here dwells deep down in the bloodstream. And so we got something that the world can't get. And like I said, a virtuous woman, baby, that'll beat somebody that's on done, and not knocking nobody, because baby, if I had the coins, I told you what I'd get done. But the thing about it is, I'm quite sure a man would love a woman, a virtuous woman, a woman that they can rely on, depend on, that's faithful, loyal, and then know how to do all these here things what a lady's supposed to do. And so, baby, we are the truth. And we got to remember that our sisters, they got to get there. They got to get there. Now, all of them ain't gonna, you can't just feel like that. All of them ain't gonna, it ain't no hope. It will hope for us. We done made it. So, I'm going to always believe that If it ain't number one out of the 10, it's all good. And but anyway, I'm gonna get on and stuff, and let that be it. And that's me just keeping it